I think when you like talking about a book, you have to have something as a visual representation for you to explain it better. For me, I think I do it better this way. So I introduce to you Charles. Who is Charles? This one, instead of calling it a whiteboard, I gave it a name, Charles, because he'll be the one to explain to us every single thing. I wanted to call it Steward, but the name Steward, it sounds troublesome. While Charles sounds smarter, sounds like a smart kid. Anyways, the book we're gonna talk today is Powerless. What book is this? It's a duet. It's a romance fancy type of book. It was inspired by Hunger Games and a little bit of Akotar and other books. The author is, I think she's 23, 20, 21, 23, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but she's young and this is her first book. So what's the book about? We have the main character, Peyton. I think that's how I pronounce her name. She is a young girl. She lives on the street because she lost her whole family. Now she have to survive in the kingdom of Ilya. To explain it better, in that kingdom, like some years ago, there were like a plague, and because of that, some of these people got some powers and they call themselves elites. What type of power? The power, it's the author didn't explain how the power works by itself, but some can fly, some can levitate an object, some can read mind, some can play with what you see, like create illusions, this type of powers. And if they have kids, they can also, those kids can also have those, not those powers, but those powers or similar powers or different type of powers. And then we have the ordinaries. These are the ones that we call the survivors because the plague didn't hit them, so they weren't affected. But the king of this place, Ilya, thinks that these people, ordinaries, are affecting negatively elites because if they live together, they will lose their power. So their king orders to kill, no, first he orders them to leave Ilya, but if they don't, he'll kill them. But not everyone laughed, and one of those people is this girl, Paiding. The thing is, she steals from mother on the street for her in order to survive, and in the end she ends up stealing from this guy, Kai. Who is him? He's a prince. He's the son of the king of this place. He because she ends up saving him, she ends up in a tournament. It's called the purging trials. So it's a group of elites in one place to fight with each other and to survive some trials in order to have a winner. But because this one is the son of the king wants him to win. What's his power? His power is stealing. It's kind of Aaron type of thing. He steals the power from others, like he can absorb their power and use it. This is how he does it. At the end, they want him to win. But there is a whole thing that happened in that trial. And the thing is, in this trial, I don't know the name. In this trial, you can die. It's like they can kill each other. If it gets to a point that they have to kill each other, they will kill each other. This is how crazy this thing is. I think I explained every single thing. About the whole thing, it's the author's first book, and I think she did a good job as her first book. It has a lot of downsides and good things as well. Let's go with good things. Your first book, it's amazing for a first book. The story is really good. It's not boring. What part is boring? I think she lost when it comes to explaining the trials, how each game, never explaining, like to develop it better, to make it more entertaining. She didn't do that. She focused too much on the characters. Another thing is that this book, it doesn't have any spice. Like, we have tension between these two, but there's no spice. There's no case, there's nothing. If you read a book just because of spice scenes, this one is not for you. So it doesn't have any spice. But the tension between the two main characters is outrageous. It's like, it's amazing. It's something, she did an amazing job with this book and explaining the thing between those two. And it has a lot of plot twists. I cannot say it. But the plot twists are, they're like, wow. In each chapter, you would find something really different, something really new when it comes to those plot twists, beside the romance between the two characters. And the that prince Kai, he has a brother, Kit, and he also kind of fall in love, get like interested in the main character, the main girl. So there's a lot of twists when it comes to that. But again, there's no spy scenes and no case. It's just tension. And now we go to the second book, the one that will be released in July of this year. Reckless. It's Reckless, yes. So I'm gonna give a little spoiler, because to talk about this book, I have to give spoilers. This girl, Peyton, she will end up killing the Prince Kai's father. Kai and Kid. She will end up killing the guy. But to be honest, I don't think she would do it if he didn't try to kill her. But she kills him. If you read it, probably, because if you're watching until this point, because the spoilers. But I think even with that point, knowing that she will kill the guy, I don't think it will be like, okay, I'm not gonna read it. It doesn't spoil the whole story. So she killed the guy, so now she's on the run. She's running because this one, because he's after her, she's running. But the thing is, there is that tension, that relationship, those things that weren't explained very well between the two of them. So the whole thing will be like how they will get out of this. This is my assumptions, my theories. Let's see. I'm thinking about how the next book will play. So the thing is, I don't know how the author will play with every single thing that, like, in my mind there's a lot of things to happen that I don't know if it's just one book she can do all of it, because there is more to develop between the relationship of the two of these two. And there's also some, like, the revolution, you know, the seek from freedom from the whole ordinaries group. So there is a whole thing for her to develop. And my main issue is, like, when it comes to the forgiveness between him to her, and also the other brother that now it's a king. I don't know if it's like he will forgive her and they will both leave hiding and running from their lives, or she will end up, or the whole group, the whole organization will end up killing the new king, and then I don't know, he'll become king and with her, I don't know, or they won't have kings, or somehow she will end up convincing the king, the new king, to say things in a different way. But I think it's really hard when it comes to that, because that guy, he loved his father too much. And I think he will do every single thing the way his father did, or in a worst way. I don't know. So there's also another thing that I'm thinking about. So I think this new book, Reckless, will be a really triggering. I don't know how the author will play with this, but because I cannot see how they would solve this whole situation at the end, like everyone will be good with it. There's a way for her to do that, but I think she wouldn't spend a lot of time explaining, because just one book and there's a lot to develop. There's, like I said, the relationship, there is the forgiveness, there is him hunting her. So the plot will be him hunting her, but I think he will be like confused, because again, he likes her. Let's not put love in the situation. He likes her and she likes him back, but he has, I think, more to lose, because there's a sibling, she killed the father. But I think if she explained, he could understand a little bit of why she killed the father. But again, we go to the point where it's like, there is the tension, there is the love, there is the betrayal, because he feels like she betrayed him, and the last thing that he told her is like, run, because I'm coming after you. I'm so excited. I don't know, I'm excited for July. So to conclude, I have just two assumptions. One goes to a dead end, at least in my mind. The first one, he hunts her, gets her, he ends up forgiving her, and then the romance go ha ha ha, and they kept living their life running, because I don't think the king will forgive them. And why that thing goes to that end? Because there's a whole civil war to happen, there's a whole evolution, there's a whole freedom, there's a whole fight for both groups, elites and ordinaries, to live together. And that would be like, we did all of that for this reason, so I don't think that will go. My other assumption is they get into, like, he get into her, forgiving her, and they two fight together to change the king's mind, and then for him to forgive every single thing, and for all of them to live together happy after all. That's how I'm seeing it, but the author can surprise me in an amazing way with amazing things and an amazing ending, and this is what I'm hoping for. Because to be honest, I would be a little bit disappointed if the things go the same way my head is thinking. Anyways, this is all. I sure have other things that it will come to my mind later, because I'm cooking. Until the book is out, I'm still cooking. And there's a novella about one of the I forgot her name, the female main character friend. The name is not coming to my mind, but there's a novella about her. I think it can give us a little bit of what will happen with the main book, but I don't think so. But it can happen. I will read it. I don't know yet, but you can read it if you want to until the book is out. But again, this is all. I hope if you read the first book, you liked it and you're excited for the second one, as I am. If not, go read the first one, because the next one is coming, and I think we should support this author. She's young, starting, and she's doing a good job as a starter. Subscribe to my channel. There is another book review coming, and stay tuned for it.